friends and fans, Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at the full release of a Slavic settlement city builder known as Grimgrad. If you're a big fan of the traditional Pharaoh, Caesar, or even the Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom series from the Sierra era, well, then you're going to be a big fan of this one. Now, this game features a lot of disease and famine, and also religion. That really reminds me a lot of those original games, but also has a gorgeous art style to it, and I can't get over these paintings and such in the background. A lot of great hand-painted art in this game, and also a campaign that helps to prepare you for the sandbox mode. So both the sandbox and a little campaign that work together to really paint the picture for Grimgrad. Apparently this was made by one person or a very small team, so always commending projects that are of passion, made from people of all different backgrounds and parts of the world. On this channel, if you're a big fan of it, you've probably seen Ostriv before, and that game, of course, features a lot of your Ukrainian early 1700s building, and of course there's a lot of great structures that look beautiful in that game, and this one seems to feature a lot of the same. Kind of reminded me a bit of Stronghold with how some of the structures look, and of course taking place in medieval times. Let's go ahead and start ourselves a new game here today. There's a story mode, as I mentioned, that has 5 tales to prepare us for all the features of the game, everything from survival with preparation for winter by gathering food and having water supply, and also dealing with things such as well, waste, literally having cesspools around, and then of course more advanced things like farming and also preparing to prevent disease beyond just the cesspool, and so on and so forth, all the way up to appeasing the gods. But today we'll start with a free mode for the experienced, in which we'll encounter survival problem solving and random events. So this game does kind of feature what you would find in Frostpunk or many city builders now that are getting random pop-ups where both good and bad can happen, and the way that you decide to deal with them can affect the ending. Now, I haven't seen more than just one map for the survival mode yet, so it seems completely random, but the story mode does feature different maps that are gorgeous. So I hope in the future the developer implements the ability to choose multiple maps and or build wherever you'd like based on some of the, well, the campaign map missions are quite nice. Alright, let's jump in to our first look at the full release of Grimgrad. Quick loading screen, and a beautiful one at that. And here's our little helper who will kind of advise us on what to build and what our goal is. So the main goal is in the upper right corner here to build a Kutor, and I believe this is something for a monument for 80 people. We first have to reach that, and I want to take a look around here a little bit to see if, yeah, indeed this is the map that I've seen before. And perhaps some things are a little bit more random. It looks like this large pile of stone is here randomly. I don't remember seeing this in my previous peek. But yeah, this could be for mining of iron and stone. A small little stream that goes across with just like a plank laid down there. And then the stream goes down away from the river. And the river having 2 beautiful waterfalls and some kind of destroyed buildings there. Really reminds me of like East Asia or whatnot, with these beautiful buildings on like large rock faces, and of course a little way to maybe one day get there. But yeah, so it looks like somebody tried to build here, some monks or something, but no longer are they around. Alright, let's go ahead and lay out our city. So first and foremost in this game, we need to lay down a leader tent, but there's quite a lot of structures here. As you can see right here, all these structures in red are ones that will unlock at certain either buildings that have already been built, kind of like in succession, or population limits. So things like, for example, the smithy requires things like bricks and stone and planks already to be provided. And then idols towards the end for the different gods for places of worship, which kind of reminds me again of Pharaoh with the different gods to appease, otherwise the worst will happen. But we'll have to see how that goes. Let's start with our leader tent then, the main building of our settlement and where we can store resources. So really the central piece of any sort of camp. Really do like the way the game looks, though. I must say it looks really polished, along the lines of, well, I would say it's actually pretty close to Farthest Frontier, if not pretty much on the nose for that. Diverse amounts of grass and different, what looks to be like soil, I guess, fertility. We'll have to see if that comes into play when we build ourselves a farm. Well, let's build our leader tent right over here. And that'll be a good spot for it right there. Perfect. Alright, now we can go ahead and build some more of the important things. So now that we've got a leader tent down, we can start by putting down some roads and getting homes built. Go ahead and make build. Ooh, can we build a bridge? No. Okay. Or nope, we can't cross. Okay. I was just testing to see where we could build. It would be cool if we could actually build some sort of a stairwell to get down there. There might be options for that later to build down to perhaps the banks of the river, although it looks a little too small for that. And of course, as we cut down more trees, we can build further that away too. Okay, let's on pause and let our people do their thing. We'll go to ×1 speed. There we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and build some place for settlers. Their homes, essentially. The basic building blocks of any city is where the people are going to live. Let's go ahead and build a... I think we'll build a market here out in front of this tent. We'll build housing blocks, I think. So let's go ahead and build a road for where the marker for where the market will be. That's good there. And then let's go ahead and put down 4 homes to begin our city. Perfect. All right, the 4 homes are ready. And it looks like we need... oh, just citizens to move in. So they just need to come in off the map, and then boom, we have ourselves some homes. Great. Okay, now we need to put down a well. And of course, we can only put that in certain areas where there's enough water to build a well. So it probably is a good idea to do it maybe down here, near the little pathway. There we go. And I'd like to build a bridge to that. So just like in the previous Sierra games, if you're not familiar with those, essentially people move in from off-map, and typically they rush to move into your city because it's so glorious and awesome. So as you build new homes, people will rush in, and then these homes will be upgraded based on us supplying them with certain things. So in this case, it is a tier 1 home that simply requires food and water to be able to upgrade to the second level. The second level then will provide more things like tax dollars or maybe more space for workers. So we could build a large settlement in a very small area, and that's good because, of course, the less our people have to walk and the more we can get done in a short area, the better. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can build ourselves a fisherman's house. Oh, we could do it up here, can't we? Nice. We'll build it up by the beautiful little waterfall there. Build one of those and have a road connection go to that. Cool. So now we have food and water. We'll need a place to distribute that food. So let's build ourselves a marketplace. Provides the citizens with goods required to upgrade houses. Indeed it is. And it fits exactly where we were hoping. Perfect. Alright, well, good music so far, I say. And a good environment. Birds are chirping. The trees sway in the wind. I don't see any of that, but the water's creeping down there. That's kind of cool. Be really interesting if this actually looks like a road or a dried up riverbed. This doesn't really look like it's a river at all, but down here it's kind of cool to see it creeping down. Although we're at 1x speed, it'd be nice to see that water moving faster in the stream than in the river. Maybe having it a little faster up here because it's just off the waterfall and then slowing down downriver a little bit. The water more pushing itself than anything. All right, we need 23 people here in the city. And we also need some other services such as a cesspool. Looks like people can walk across that bridge. Let's go ahead and put that cesspool somewhere further away. We'll do things like mining, perhaps farming here, or maybe over here where the fertility looks a little better. But I have yet to experience that. We'll learn as we go. I do feel like this game is at least helpful enough that you can kind of figure things out as you go. And so you don't really need a lot of prior knowledge in order to prepare to build a city. All right, let's build that over here. Now, I think the last time I played this with a large demo, there was a huge problem with, I believe it was rats, where we had some homes get overfilled with basically the night soilmen didn't come by and visit, right? And so there was a lot of outbreak of rats and thus disease, but it wasn't really anything crazy. There was like maybe, I don't know, 40 people in the city or so, and massive outbreaks. So we'll have to see what happens this time around. All right, we got people bringing stuff from the fishing dock to the marketplace, and it looks like that's generating a good amount of fish there. We have to monitor then water supply, sanitation, and residents' health. We want that number up. Go ahead and build ourselves a barber then to further increase that. This will be a hairdresser, bathhouse, and attendant surgeon. They'll protect the people from disease, although it won't necessarily prevent it. It can prevent it, but it's not like a surefire way to do that. It looks like more people moving in, possibly this guy doing some trading. Kind of cool how they pull the cart along, and that it's not like a large cart pulled by an oxen or that people are always carrying things by hand. It is nice to see games now having a little bit of variety with all the different transportation methods. And oftentimes in games, those are free, where you're not necessarily having to build the cart or supply it with a mule or something to pull it along. Although in Austria, at least you have to do that and do things like horseshoes and whatnot. So I do appreciate seeing that. Well, let's build our little barber, maybe up here. Yeah, let's build our little barber building there. And that away. Okay, cool. And let's see if more people move in. So now the big problem is food, and that is getting distributed quickly. But we could always add more. So let's build a secondary fishing dock. Or, more importantly, we should probably build a fishing, like a logging hut. I mean, a lumberjack hut for the fishing hut and other buildings to be built. We need more wood, essentially. Would you believe that, chat? Would you believe that, random viewer? People of Raptoria. Glory to Raptoria, by the way. If you watched this far into the video, put that glory to Raptoria down below in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, too, for this and many more game. It is plenty fun to be able to build in all these games and see the differences between them, seeing what individual solo developers can do and also what the larger companies can do and what different experiences are for all these different types of games. And it's good to see. A little competition, a little variety, and things big and small. I like it. Alright, we have ourselves the Lumberjack's hut now filled with 3 out of 3 workers, so we should have some more stuff to go. Oh, for our house upgrades. And yes, indeed, they're going quite great. What? Oh, meat and bread, it looks like? Or meat and potatoes, maybe. And also some desirability, so we'll have to start building some buildings that are beautiful. So like a mini fair. Looks like clothing and a few other things will be required for that. Ah, an outpost. This is essentially the same thing as Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom or Pharaoh, where you're basically making a roadblock to keep all the city services in. So, for example, we don't have to have anyone go past this position here towards the end of the road like that. Looks like an armed guard. But I think essentially city services will just turn back. So right now we see the well lady coming all the way down here, and these buildings don't require a well. So we could do the same thing over here at the end of the road. And they'll turn right around. So long as they're not somebody who needs to stay in the city. People who are just delivering things will kind of be exempt to that. Alright, so we need some more water here. And that's going to require more wood from the lumber mill. There we go, our merchant is kind of moving around. In this case, it's our night soil collector. Looked like that was somebody actually delivering stuff rather than just taking night soil. But again, that's why we want to keep those things in the city so he's more effective. So when he goes to pick up things, he'll kind of stay in this area between the 2 posts, and then when he's full, he'll go back to the cesspit. Kind of cool. Alright, everything seems to be locked for our wood. Looks like the lumberjacks are delivering some things there. And we can see our logs and fish up above. Yeah, we're going to need quite a few more things. Let's speed up time. And we'll wait and see what happens. Alright, good. I was about to build another well. But that should be just fine. Total of 9 people can live there. Looks like we're short on a few people for work. Time for more settlers. And each of these costs 5 to build. So we have homes for 37. Population of 33. And we require about 14 more people for work, I believe. Or these are our rankings for that work. Or for the immigration. So things like work, food, and housing. And that's how that works. So we need to have some more jobs for our people. But in order to have that, we should probably have some other services too. Another well would be a good idea. Let's build that right here by the crossroads. Alright, so that'll take care of the water. And we have 32 out of 45, so that's good. Okay, I say we build ourselves another logging camp. Maybe somewhere closer to the city. Oh, it looks like logs are no longer available. Oh, you can see some animals in the woods too. You can see like a little fox there, going back and forth. And eventually our people will require meat, so a hunter will definitely be something we have to build too. And we need... Oh. Looks like there was some stuff on the other side too, possibly a stone mine that they were doing over here. And something for well water too. Anyway, I want another lumberjack hut. And continue building. There we go. And we need that for building materials and also additional jobs. There we go. Looks like they're kind of clearing some of that landscape out, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we do actually see animations for that, and the trees are being cut down. So that is confirmed. Awesome. Oh, we're starting to get some disease here. Luckily, we have our barber. So I hope we're delivering plenty of water. And that the cesspit is providing enough service there. It is kind of far away from the city, but honestly, I don't want it to be close either. It's not something I think anybody should or would want to live next to. Let's go with another home. Take a look around at what else we have unlocked. We have a hunter's hut here. Let's do that on the outside of town. Oh, look at that. You can actually see a archery range there, a little practice target. And it looks like we have ourselves a couple of drying or tanning racks here. Nice. Alright. So yeah, in order to advance, these people now want meat, which we're taking care of with that, and now bread. So we can build ourselves a cereal field. Super cereal. Oh, it's not even that large. Wow. I was expecting the farm to be huge. Oh. But we get more efficiency down here. Look at that. So the area in yellow towards the end will provide us with a big bonus. A big boost in efficiency. Well, let's build a road there. And try to grow some cereals. Super cereals. Super cereal. You can only get about 98%. Seems to be good to double up on everything in the game as well. There we go. Wow, very small fields, but hopefully providing a lot of cereal for everybody. And we'll see what happens with that being provided. Maybe they just need grain in order to then make the bread. We'll see that as we go along, but now we have some hides, logs, and fish for basic resources. And let's build another house. Is there a way to filter by all? There we go. Cool. Wow. Resources are really coming in now. At least in terms of logs, that's good. Water consumption rate plus 10. Oh, if there's a little disease, people will drink more water. That's good. I think we should double down on our cesspits then. Probably not a good idea to put it next to the hunter, but that's a nasty business to begin with anyway. Let's double down on the cesspools. Let's triple down on our wells. Build one here at the intersection. So now we have 3 of those going. Really should have more of those going. Oh. Perhaps this being on the corner has trapped it to the other side? No, I don't see it on the other side. I will move it somewhere else, though. Get a little different coverage going. We'll put it up here. Build a road. And then let's put down another roadblock. For now. Oh, wow. You can hear kids screaming. Young people all out at play. Alright, now we got to worry about some other things. So now we need to worry about disease spreading and low health. So they want quality food now. Bakery. Need storage for bread. Okay, so that's another thing we can build now with the storehouse. Hey, big building now. Big building. Well, let's build that there. And time for a bakery. So now we need some stone for that. So now we have a mason's house, which can be built around all these stone deposits. Okay, let's build right about here. And we'll build a road going to that. Perfect. Cool. Alright, so stone should be provided. So then once we have stone and wood, we can then build ourselves a bakery. Looks like it also requires hides, so that's a good thing. We've got plenty of that going too. Fire station. Might be a good idea to put that down now too. Hopefully that keeps on the right side of the road. Okay. Well, we've got 3 wells going. Still not enough. House is downgrading. Build another well there. There is probably some sort of an efficient calculation to doing this, similar to the Pharaoh games or Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom. It was always a good idea to have X number of spaces between your homes and a marketplace, or between you and your, for example, like your religious buildings, or keeping the houses X number away from the granary. So by playing this more, we'll figure out the proper ways to keep buildings away from certain things, and then, of course, to also space out things like the fire station in order to keep them protected within a certain number of tiles. There's always kind of a mathematical equation for it. Things can always get a little wild when you build a new section to your city, too, especially if it doesn't have religious coverage, but population already to 71, wow. And we just need 80 to build our first quest, or to start on that. Instead of building more homes, though, we're going to keep the same number that we have and see if we can upgrade them. So that's 8 homes that will need to be upgraded soon. Now, I'm not sure if there is exactly winter in this game, in terms of it being just showing us day 6, week 3, month 4 of the year 500. But, of course, it is important to prepare for a winter and, of course, always to have things in storage. So, regardless of that, it's a good idea to have the storage barn stocked to the top with everything that you need. Alright, well, 2 people working at the cesspool, still not enough. My goodness. Maybe we could build some more cesspits over here. By the farms, perhaps? Fertilizer, right? One of the things that we do in Farthest Frontier is also worry about fertilizer that way. I think we always want the numbers in this game to be high. So we want high residence health, high fire safety, high sanitation, and a high water supply. We have 50 workers, 71 population. More night soil operators on the way. Keep those guys going the right way. Alright, hopefully that helps. I'm going to try to get that number way higher. Okay, so we are producing meat and bread. Now we need to worry about desirability. So that's going to be the next thing we need, or the last thing we need to worry about in order to upgrade. It looks like we need clothing next for the mini fair. So bread will be coming soon, planks. We'll need, I think that's a different building for that. That's not necessarily wood. So we need a... Well, we could build a clay pit, actually. Looks like that just needs to be built on the water. We can build that over here. Big old clay pit somewhere around here. Cool. Alright, so now we're producing clay. I think we need more homes. Let's build them here. Now, it's a lot of homes right there, but of course, we're going to need a lot more people to feed a lot more people. Really, almost like Anno 1800 in terms of how many things you have to do in order to create enough efficiency to just get up to the basic minimum then. Oh, you're doing great. Let's make this settlement even bigger and better. Good. Now we're going to be building a settlement of reaching 140. So it's not necessarily that we're constructing a particular structure, but that this is a... kind of a level of the size of the town. For example, like in City Skylines, when you're a hamlet or a small village or a major city, or like in Anno 1800 when you're a port town or a major city or a curious port town, whatever the designations are between the sizes of the city. So our next goal is to become a settlement. All right. If we become a structured settlement, then we can call 877 Cash Now for, what's his name? You know. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Alright, that's what I was looking for, a sawmill. I knew there was some sort of way to turn logs into planks, but I wasn't sure where or what. But in this case, we need more logs. I was right to definitely build multiple lumber huts, lumberjack huts. Let's build another one here. Yeah, it's right next to it. Big forest here for us to cut down, so good for it to be in the corner. A lot of wood down there. But I guess that does mean you have to build your city out into the wilderness because you can't just get away with building it in the center. Wow, look at all that cesspool stuff going. Still not enough. I think we're going to have to build some closer, and I just don't like the idea of that. And putting it near a water source or something like that's not a good idea. Not ideal. But let's build it regardless. We'll knock that down. We'll do a couple of cesspits here. And we need more wood to build our roadblock. But I don't want to turn those guys away. Oh, good. Things are good. Well, that was a better move. Alright, a lot more cereals. Super cereals. How about meats? Hunters bring animal skins. Oh. We must need another building for the meat then. Pigsty. Okay. That requires a plank, so we wouldn't have been able to build that until the logging camp is ready. Or rather, the sawmill. I thought I saw that correctly. Cool. So now the next thing is to wait for those planks to come in and start building that bakery in order to then get the second, or rather the pigsty and the bakery, so that'll get us quality food, but also desirability, which is locked by clothing. But that'll also require bread. So those are a few things we need. Alright, well, good to see the sanitation numbers skyrocketing. Residents' health hopefully will continue to increase because of that. I think sanitation and health are kind of closely linked. But we should also have another barber. Speed up time again. Now this game has got me excited for more of other games like Manor Lords and or a complete recreation of all of the Sierra City Builder franchises. Now we got lucky with a new game called Pharaoh: A New Era, and that definitely goes deep into the original games a lot and really feels and plays like that. And they're such classics and really are like the Anno 1800 current installment, like the Anno 1800 current game is just amazing and simulates so much of that awesome like pre-urban planning and upgrading and going back and back and back again and again and again to build things better each time. There's something I really like about that, and I want to keep playing games like that all the time. Alright, well, we need more woodcutters, it seems. More lumberjacks. With the sawmill now functional, we're going to need even more. So hopefully we can produce enough of that. Wow, look at the traffic on the streets. Really increasing. I'm going to build a third lumberjack over here. As soon as we have enough material for it. I'm going to actually have to pause. It's coming in so quickly and going out so quickly for that sawmill. Alright, we're times 3 speed, times 1. So it looks like the speeds are half speed, 1 and 3. Okay. Get another building there. And now with houses downgrading, we're going to have a population problem until we build the barber. So let's fix that right away. And I'm not messing around with that anymore. So I would say that the water is okay. The cesspool And the fire safety will be alright as well. We just need that population up now to work those jobs to get those numbers up. Oh, and apparently our HQ can be upgraded. But I don't want to do that just yet. We'll wait a little bit. I want to save all those materials for another day. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Houses snapping right back into their previous conditions. And more room to be had. Excellent. Wow, 110 population. Jeez, we just need 140. A couple more of these tents upgrading, we're good. All right, let's get them to tier 3. Let's go for our bakery. A bakari, yes. Oh, it's like a little mill. So it's a mill for flour and a bakery for bread all in one. That's nice. Guess let's build that down by the... build that right there. Tucks in there nicely. Wind will blow up into the mountains, I suppose. Something like that. Yeah, we got a lot of problems. I think that'll be solved, though, with more people moving into the city. $93 workers. More housing. Now, I've got to say, if this game gets more map sizes and or more challenges that make the maps more unique, such as building on a large lake or a coastal city, or in this case a river but with waterfalls, which is beautiful, but to have trade going up and down the rivers would be really cool via boat. There's a trading system in the game too that we have yet to see, but it does of course allow us to import and export. Oh god, no! Our first event is a rumor about a bear. You have got to be kidding me. Every game. Rumors about a bear. The men who returned from the forest said that they heard an inhuman roar. They smell quite a bit of moonshine, but they look really worried. Send lumberjacks to investigate. They definitely heard a bear. Maybe we can kill it and get a bunch of bonus for meat or pelts or something. Oh boy. My arch nemesis, the bear. Oh, an apiary. Yes. I don't know why they call it an apiary. It's always so weird, you know. It's like apparently there's apes that run there. And it's apes or monkeys or primates or chimpanzees or whatever you want to call them. They're the ones who run the it's a beehive, but it's run by apes, you know. Planet of the Apes, that type of thing. Tee. Ah, there's some of our religious buildings. Seeker of sacred stones. Oh, a meadery. All right, so we can make some mead. And there's some of our desirability, although, yeah, increases desirability quite a bit. Well, let's build the pigsty first. And let's go ahead and put that right next to the cesspool. That's where that belongs. And I think we'll double down on them because everything requires 2, it seems. Everything. Got to build 2 of everything. Alright, good. Health is back up to 80. Nice. Water was holding well. Not enough cesspools, though. Jeez, man. I got cesspits in the city, out of the city. Maybe they're supposed to be a little closer. I don't know. I feel like this is still too close. I wouldn't want to live anywhere near there. Or have it near a water source. Okay, so meat and grain is coming in. Oh, did that building burn down? Oh. Sad. My bakery burned down. I didn't even get to see it. It was 1 day away from retirement. Alright, well, we had our first building fire, I think. Funny that it burns down next to the river where there's plenty of water. But, yeah. Alright, meat. Yeah, we've only got 1. Bread. Oh, fish pies. That's what that is. Okay, so it's not bread, it's fish pies, but still requiring, you know, to make a pastry, essentially. And this says not enough resources, so we need more grain delivered and more people working here. So the houses need another wave of upgrades. So we need fish and fish pies. It looks like they want more food variety, so we'll build another fish shack there. Hopefully that'll bring in more fish for us. Annoying not to see what buildings have burnt down, actually. That is the sawmill. So we need more fire coverage, even in the areas that are outside of town. Noted. So then a good idea to put those pretty much wherever. Hopefully the fire station can go through those roadblocks. Oh, we have to worry about health at the pigsties too? You would think that they would need a building for animal health, like a veterinarian. We want a sawmill again. Cold has come. Ah, winter is here. The nights are getting longer and colder. Stoves in the houses will be heated more often, and it'll become more difficult to get food. Consumption rate plus 15. Fire threat plus 30. Oh yeah, people are lighting more fires, so that makes sense. Grain ripening rate, negative 60. Fisherman effectiveness by 30, but worker speed is up. That's funny. Now you people will move a little faster, huh? So winter is upon us, although there's not really an easy way to tell when it's coming. But apparently it only lasts for a week. Oh good, some of these homes have what they need. We just need to increase the desirability. Well, let's build something here. Although these lands are not abundant in resources, a good manager will be able to attract even more people here. Ah, we've done it. Now we just got to get up to 250 people. Good. Not too bad, actually. Just more stone. Actually, maybe that's iron? No, those are planks. We'll need more of that. Build a barber down here. Let's build another well. Build 2 more there. Now we've got 3 just here on this street alone. Now, not having those things delivered frequently will just force the home to downgrade, but we do have some tier 3 houses here. We've done it. Tier 3 are right here. Do they say what they are? Ah, yeah, okay. So there's like the settler shelter, the hut, and now the home. Good. Looks like they'll require beer and maybe honey or mead. Maybe there's 2 different things we can make. But that's good. And these numbers are good. Again, we want these numbers up high. So health and fire prevention and the cesspools are good. So building those a little closer really helped. But having these out further is okay for when we build the city out further too. That'll take care of the ones both on the inside of the city and the outside of the city at the same time. These guys are... That symbol there is just lack of supplies for the current level of living. So they'll downgrade if they don't get stuff soon. Let's get another monument up. Let's do this one here. Oh. And we're starting to get some fancy roads. So it looks like desirability, just like in the Sierra games, are the ones that determine the classiness of the road. So the nicer the desirability, the higher the quality of the road. Good to see. Seems like we're doing well. Lots of meat. A good amount of planks here. Lots of clay. Good amount of stone. Wow, that hustling and bustling. Wonder if we can upgrade the bridges across the stream. Be cool to see the small idols or whatnot provide quality roads across the settlement. That'd be kind of cool. Now, I'm sure some people will be wondering if there's any sort of combat in this game, and aside from building these little guard posts that are kind of more like, it looks like they're looking for threats because they're carrying shields and spears, and they've got armor on. That just simply is a turnaround point for workers. So I haven't seen any military buildings or defensive structures yet in the game, but let's upgrade our leader tent and see what we can do. The headman's house. All right. Ooh, fancy. Well, that's a nice upgrade. Now, this also serves as a storage building, too, so maybe building this in a centralized location is a good idea. Our storehouse, our market, and our headman's house kind of being on this side of the village is a real good spot for being close to the homes, and marking all those areas is pretty good, too, for the patrols, although I should build another one here, I think. Although I don't want to keep our workers away from there. But here we can actually approve who goes through, so this will be... we can actually prevent sick people from moving through. So the salesman from the market, the night soil collector, firefighters, we can approve or deny people to move through these roadblocks. So, in this case, the Wrath of Mara. Man, we built you a damn monument already. You calm down. Water consumption increase of disease, building contamination, and fisherman efficiency. So she's mad. She mad. Wow, 8 weeks, or 3 weeks. That's longer than winter. But it said 8. We're lucky. Alright, we'll allow the night soil collector to go through. So we don't want to forbid them. That seems to be right. Well, looks like our barbers are okay. We've got a good number of them. Well, let's build a... You know, I want to build another house. Or two. The oh no, it's a frickin' bear. I knew it. The Wrath of the Bears. Velis. Building contamination rate, 40. Pig slaughter efficiency, hunter efficiency. Okay, this is a god about, like, the food. Okay, we gotta worry about... I'm Sag. We gotta worry about food and other things. Let's build one for Velis. Cool. Further increasing the desirability of the town, too. And Svarog, which requires iron, it looks like. I think that's iron. So if we're going to build an iron mine... Ooh, weather change is starting to warm up now. Fire threat increases. Water consumption rate increases. Grain ripening rate. Oh, this is more like a storm. I thought it was the season change, but... I guess not. Alright, iron mine. Where can we place this? Yep. Looks like it has to be near our initial setup area. Oh boy. So iron is right there, huh? Well, I won't be able to build it there. We'll have to build it where the bakery is. So let's rebuild the bakery somewhere else. That's fine. Moving the town around a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. We'll need more planks of wood. I wonder if we get materials back for destroying a building. Wait and see until we've got enough planks. There we go. Let's pause. And let's just see if we get a refund on anything. We do not. Alright, well, let's build our iron mine now. There we go. We're gonna build into the waterfall, I guess. All good. And now the bakery. Oh, we can set priorities for residents too. That's good. And I would like a bakery. Cool. Wow, even with all these debuffs, the city is actually holding firm. This is a great test of the design so far of the city. And even despite all these debuffs and negative attributes, things are okay. Yeah, bring it, lady. That's fine. Bring it. You can have your wrath. That's fine. It looks like we need to supply them with offerings, so logs and skins, cereals, and meats. So I'm assuming the longer this is built, this meter will go up slowly. Yeah. Wow, that ticks up very slowly. So when they're ticked off, then it's a big problem. But if you get that all the way up, if you fill that green bar up and miss on a couple payments, aka sacrifices or whatnot, tributes, then that's okay. Looks like the workers were left with extra parts after construction. Good. Marvel of engineering. Good. Extra materials. All right, so their angriness will eventually subside as more and more things are offered. Let's go with one more. We need Svarog. Cool. Kind of a border to the city now. Marking the nice areas and the meh areas. The meh part of town. Neither here nor there. Although there are no bear. So I no scare. Oh, we're getting gold now. Probably from the marketplace. Yeah. Stay mad, bear boy. Stay mad. Funny. Our people go out to the woods to kind of investigate the claims of a bear, and look who shows up to town. A bear. Interesting. Truly unbearable. Alright, let's build some more wells. Alright, I'm going to build some more wells there. Hopefully we have enough water for the city. So these homes now house 15. The tier 2s house 9. And I think the initial house is 3 or 6. I think it's 6. Still got to work on disease. That's pits, that is. Jeez. 90% of the city's workforce is just going to be working towards cesspits. You'd think that water would be the most important thing, but the cesspits, with contamination contributing to health issues, that's the biggest problem. And it does seem like we want to double up on services, so the more wells we can build, the better, and probably the same with fire services. Not a bad game, I think, for the afternoon or an evening of play. I think this is a game that is easy to learn and easy to master, just taking time to learn the efficiencies and, some of the things that will be the most difficult to manage will be kind of easy to learn after a little while. I mean, literally, this is our first time experimenting with the sandbox mode, and also I kind of gave the tutorial a little try, or the 5-mission campaign, and those maps are beautiful and all. But I feel like this game is, it's a quick one. Although, for the price point of, I think it's $14 at the moment, 15% off on Steam. That's pretty fair for a, like a $10 sandbox game and a $5 campaign, which kind of teaches you those things. Of course, this also being made by one dev and kind of being a game that will more than likely get constant content updates, and I see a lot of care here into all this artwork of all the different characters and some of the campaign screens, and all the art is quite good actually for what I was expecting to be just a simple basic city builder. So not a bad colonization slash settlement builder slash survival game. If you're a big fan of Banished or whatnot, this is certainly a game that also simulates that a lot. So I guess this is a great Banished-like slash Sierra, you know, Emperor, Pharaoh, whatever type city builder. Not bad. And a lot of complexity to all the different layers that are required in the town. I like it. Well, guys, that is all the time I have today for this game. So if you'd like to see more of this one, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe today, turn on that notification bell, and thanks for watching today's episode of Grimgrad. Hopefully we'll be back soon for more Big O city building on the channel, so thanks for being a part of it. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.